Next game up, Carver versus Violators. This seems to have history. They played each other numerous times in the UFL League. It's always a battle. Last year they played. Carver came away with a narrow win in the regular season, and then they beat Violators again in the playoffs. This year's a different story. They got Yomi throwing. Yomi has won a championship in the UFL for MVR. So he does have championship quarterback experience. And you know this is a game that he really want to win. No matter what the score is, he wants to take a chance to win. The team's coming off of a win, so he's looking to keep that winning streak going.
And Carver, I'm not going to say that they look their best out there this season so far, but you know that there's always them starting off slow in the regular season. They always start off slow. They always, regardless of who's out there, find ways to win.
Yep.
So this is going to be a hard-fought game no matter who's out there for Carver. As long as you have Chuck and parents behind the scenes running the show, I think that they're going to fight no matter what. This is going to be a back-and-forth game just by the way that these teams played each other in the past.
Carver added Juice, who plays for Hustlers. I like that guy. He's a talented player. He's definitely known for making plays.
And he's also played in the UFL with Slaughterhouse a few years back. So he's a playmaker that we've seen make it to the All-Star game. He's one person that can, get open in gaps on the offense, make big plays. So you got to watch out for him. And another person you got to watch out for in Carver is their new player, Soup. That's playing from Philadelphia. He said he's repping Philly. He's out here to play for Carver, and he's been playing big out there on their offense, making some plays, some much-needed plays for them, moving the ball forward.
We're going to jump right into the game. Violators getting ball. After getting the first down, Yomi throws it to Will/Baby. I hate calling him that. And gets near the sideline, but that one is going to be dropped. Second down, Yomi throws to Macho in the gap for a decent game. Third down, Yomi gets blitzed by Danny. Throws it deep to the receiver on the sideline. Incomplete. Violators have to punt. And they get player for too many shooters. That's going to be a big penalty. I think that's a lack of focus. They didn't look good that first drive, and Carver kind of caught them on that blitz.
And a couple of drop plays here. I think that's what kind of stagnated their drive and forced them to punt. The one of the big highlights of that drive is that Macho is involved. I think that they need to get him involved a little bit more. He's their former MVP on this team.
Chuck with 2 passes to Soup for a nice gain. Third down, Chuck gets blitzed by Pablo, who's blocked by Ricky, throws deep to drain the middle for a big gain in the first down. That is great blocking by Ricky to give Chuck time. Vito's not a small guy, and he's able to stretch the field. And that is a great catch by Dre, showing the ability. He doesn't get enough love. That's a great play by Dre going downfield. Second down, 4 rush. He's going to throw the juice in the middle to get them to the 1-yard line. You look here, Yomi gets flagged for the personal for not extending his hands. What do you think?
And I think that this is, I think that this was a flag. I don't think Yomi was intending to not put his hands out. I think that it happened so fast he wasn't able to extend his hands. But of course, the ref sees it, whether intentional or not, it's still a flag. And unfortunately, they get it there.
Chuck on 2nd and goal finds Ricky in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. White gets the extra point. 7-0. Carver scores on their first drive.
And I think that penalty was big for that team. I think that it helped them keep the drive alive. Not to say that Violators was giving them that much problems, but that's one thing that'll help you along when you're driving already. So Chuck was able to take advantage and finds receiver in the end zone. A routine play for Carver, I would say.
Second down, Yomi is sacked by Mijo. If you look here, Macho was wide open, but he's not looking. That's been the issue with Yomi with these guys. They don't look on the routes, and he don't have no time. Third and long, Yomi gets blitzed by Ricky on 4 rush. Throws the feet on the sideline. The pass is high. Picked off by Jalen. Giving the ball to Carver. 2 blockers for Ricky, but nobody blocks Mijo. Giving the ball back to Carver. And that is a great blitz by Ricky. Ricky's one of the top blitzers in this game. He needs to always be on this Carver defense. I hate when they take him off the field. He needs to always be on the field. He pulls 2 blockers with him. Nobody goes after Mijo, forcing a bad pass by Yomi, and Jalen, grind time guy, makes a nice pick.
And the thing about this play here is Ricky is so scary on the blitz. We've seen him be a big factor in Carver winning one of their championships in this league.
Which I think he got robbed for MVP.
Okay, well, the thing about it is he's rushing in. You see 2 guys staying here to block him. They're so worried about Ricky, they forget the ball giver. And Mijo is getting in Yomi's eyes, force him to make a play here, intercepted by Jalen. This is just an all-around great defensive play for Carver.
Chuck with 2 passes to Soup on the sideline for a short gain. Second down, Chuck throws to Soup again, knocked away by Lowe's. Third down with nice blickers, blocked it from Ricky. Chuck runs and shakes Yomi, gets a few yards to the 3-yard line. First of all, let's talk about this block. Ricky blocking G. G's a great blocker, not known for blitzing. Not known for that. He can't get past Ricky. Ricky's too strong. Then Chuck shakes Yomi. Look at this play by Chuck. The old man, 40 plus, great run, get him to the 3-yard line. I think the rain has something to do with it, but that's still a great run by the old man.
Yeah.
Last down, Chuck on 4 rush, throws it to the receiver in the back of the end zone, knocked away by Macho, giving the ball back to Carver. Vito gets flagged for cursing, but it was at the end of the play. So 15 yards, but definitely great defensive stand by the Violators.
And what a way to hold when Carver's knocking on the door, ready to score.
Correct.
Your Violators band together and hold on their defense, giving a hard time trying to make something happen, and they're able to knock away this last pass. Great way for the defense to come together on that final play.
Yomi with 2 short passes for a decent game. 3rd down on 4 rush, Yomi runs for a decent game. 4th and long, Yomi on 4 rush with 2 rushing in, throws the ball to Buto in the gap, knocked away by Joey, turnover on downs. Once again, Carver showing the defensive stand, making a nice stop. They stopped them last time, they stopped them this time. Great drive by Carver on defense.
And Carver themselves making a stand on defense. This is looking like it's going to be a back and forth defensive game because both offenses are not necessarily looking so hot out there. Their defense are capitalizing and making some big plays on both sides.
Chuck throws the Juice in the gap. With contact, Juice cannot maintain possession of the ball incomplete. That is a great hit for the defense. 2nd down, Chuck with blocker from Ricky throws the Dre on the sideline for a nice game. Drake definitely getting into the passing game today. 3rd down, Chuck throws the Juice cutting in the middle for a decent game. If you look here, Rob is going to let him go at the last minute, giving Juice a nice run. 4th down, if you look here, Chuck with nice blocker from Ricky. Great block by Ricky. He's going to scramble. When he comes up, if you look here to the right, he has, I think that's Soup open, but he doesn't make the throw. So he's waiting. If you look here, Dre's going to kind of run into Rob. Dre goes down after running into Rob. It looks like Rob was going up, watching Chuck, and ran into him by mistake. But if you look here, Chuck has a receiver open in the back who's going to beat one of the Violators guys going on the cut. But I guess the pressure was coming in. Chuck didn't read it. He attempted to make a throw going across his body. It's going to be tipped and picked off by Mach, giving the ball back to Violators. And I think that's a missed opportunity. Chuck is the best to do it, but even the best makes mistakes. I think he had 2 receivers on this play, and missed them on that. Yomi's going to get sacked by Mijo. 3rd down, Yomi gets blitzed by Danny, who was picked up by Speedy. Yomi throws to Buto in the gap for a big gain in the 1st down. Speedy, the former Riot Squad blocker, went to the All-Star game last year and showed why. Danny's not getting by Speedy. Speedy's a big target, a big body. He gets in front of him and gives Yomi time. Great play by him. Yomi then on 4 rush runs for a nice gain. 3rd down, Yomi throws deep to Buto, open in the end zone. That's going to be dropped. Last play before half, Yomi throws it up incomplete, taking it into the half. 7-0 Carver with the lead.
Right now, 7-zip, I've seen Carver play better than this, and I think that last drive where they were able to, they would miss the opportunity to score, I think that's what hurt them. They could have had the lead and actually, took the momentum of this game, but because they didn't, that keeps Violators in this game. They have to come out strong in the second half. And guys got to get more separation to make Chuck's job easier. Once that happens, I think that they'll be fine. Right now, 7-zip, but there's no reason to panic right now.
Violators had the ball 4 times and didn't score. I'm not worried about it because they're not known for scoring points. Their defense is set to make stops. Yomi needs to score 1 or 2 points, 1 or 2 touchdowns, and they're good. So they're okay at this game as long as it's not a shootout, which this is not a shootout. It's 7-zip. The defense is playing well. I'm not really concerned if I'm Violators. We just got to get a point in. We got to be able to score because our defense is known for making stops. So we just got to get Yomi a little more comfortable, make a few more plays, and we'll be all right. Next second half, 2nd down. Chuck with blocker from Ricky throws the Juice, cutting in the gap for a decent game, picking up the 1st. Chuck then throws short to White, who runs for a decent game. 2nd down, Chuck is going to throw in the middle of the end zone. That's going to be dropped. 3rd down, Chuck throws to White on the sideline. That's going to be dropped. Carver's going to have to punt. That's 2 drops. Chuck can't catch the ball for them. You got to help him out again. You expect him to do everything, and that's what everybody's comfortable with. But sometimes you got to help him out, and they're not, and they make 2 big drops, and it's going to cause Carver to have to punt. Next drive, Yomi gets blitzed by Joe Blow, throws a Buto in the middle, decent gain. Violators can't get much after that. They're going to have to punt. Next drive, Chuck gets blitzed by Buto, throws to Danny on the sideline, off target, incomplete. Second down, Chuck on 4 rush, throws the Juice in the gap, tipped by Buto. That's going to be incomplete. Third down, Juice, Chuck with blocker from Ricky, throws to Jalen on the sideline, who runs for a nice gain. Rob is watching Chuck at the last minute, leaves him open. Great way to Chuck to wait and find his receiver. Last down, Chuck throws the Juice in the back of the end zone, off target, incomplete, turnover on downs. Chuck doesn't look accurate on this drive. He missed some throws that we're used to him making. There's a lot of new guys in this offense that he's not used to. They go in when he's throwing out. They go out when he's throwing in. So it's growing pains to get used to. So we're not used to seeing this, but let's not take away nothing from the Violators defense. They're playing hard. They're playing tough. Great defense by them.
And they're taking advantage of all the mistakes that Chuck is making, and they're making some big defensive plays. They're locking up. They're closing up gaps. They're making Chuck's job that much harder. That's what they're out here to do. Keep the game out of Chuck's hands and give themselves the opportunity to take over.
Yomi on 4 rush runs for a decent game. Then Yomi on second down throws a Buto in the gap for a big game in the middle for a decent game. Next drive, Yomi's blitzed by Joey. Blocked by Speedy, Yomi throws deep to Buto in the gap, gets past Jalen, runs all the way in the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, that's great blocks by Speedy. 7-6. Carver still with the lead before they go for the extra point. Great play.
And this was a much needed touchdown here by their offense. Way to protect Yomi here with, by Speedy. Speedy is a former all-star. Yep. Blocker here is able to protect Yomi. Yomi's able to find Buto running down the sideline. Nobody sees Buto until it's too late. Nobody reacts, and Buto has a free release all the way.
And he's been a great pickup this season.
Yes, very big.
He's been doing it on both sides of the ball, looking great, helping this team out. They go for 2. If you look here, Joey, they're going to make the stop, but Joey rushes early. He rushes on 3. That's going to give a penalty from the 5. They're still going for 2. Yomi's going to find Rob in the corner end zone for the 2-point conversion. 8-7, Violators take the lead, and that is a huge mistake by Joey on the extra point because they made the stop and they would have been up to 7-6.
And because of that penalty, it gave them an opportunity to make an easy 2 points. They had the opportunity the first time, but because Joey, is rushing early, because he thought it was 3 rush,
definitely
but he ends up rushing early and not necessarily paying attention. But he's been in this league long enough to know that it's 4 rush no matter what. And because of that, he walks right into the Violators, taking advantage and getting the 2 points.
Second down, Chuck gets blitzed by Buto, who gets through Ricky with a great spin move, but Chuck throws a soup on the sideline for a short gain. Next down, Chuck throws to White to get them near the 50. Last down, a yard from the first down, Chuck throws to Joe Blow in the middle. Macho gets the hand in, drop, turnover on downs, giving it back to Violators, and I'm very surprised by Chuck. This is last down, a yard away from the end zone, and instead of going for the clear first, he takes a shot. What do you think about this?
And I don't even know about this. I guess he didn't figure that Macho's going to be there to make the defensive play. Macho gets at the last second and gets a hand in. This is usually a routine play for Joe Blow, but Macho making a great defense, staying focused and following where the ball is going. But usually I would see Chuck take that yard running.
Yeah, I think he would.
And because of that, I don't even know what's going on with their offense. They're not looking like the Carver offense that we're used to seeing because they're not making the decisions that we're used to seeing on the field right now, and that's why they turn over the ball.
Yomi gonna get the ball back. He's gonna get sacked by Danny. Second down, Yomi on 4 rush, throws a Macho in the middle, who runs for a nice gain and gets the first down. Yomi then throws deep to Buto in the end zone. Pass is broken up by Jalen. Good defense, but Danny is flagged for the cursing. That's one guy you would never expect to get a flag for cursing, and he does here. Last down, Yomi gets blitzed by Ricky, throws the jail on the sideline. Incomplete, turnover on downs. Great defensive stop. Ricky bails Danny out for that cursing penalty, gives Carver back the ball one more time.
And that was a much needed big play right there, because all the cursing does is give the opposition opportunity to move the ball that much better. They make up for with some great defense here, picking up their guy Danny, and that is the way you make a run on a defense, making a stop here to give your offense one last chance to score.
Chuck with 2 passes to get them to the first down, stopping the clock. Chuck on 4 rush, throws a soup, cutting in the gap, off target, incomplete. Second down on 4 rush, Chuck throws the juice in the gap, short and incomplete. Last down, last play, Chuck throws it up, knocked away by Beto, ended the game. 8-7 Carver, 8-7 Violators come away with the win.
And right here, like I said earlier, this was going to be a defensive game all the way. Both offenses were struggling this game. For some reason, I'm kind of shocked to see why, Chuck and the Carver Mobb offense struggled throughout the game. They were only able to score once throughout the game, and that was the reason why they ended up going home with a loss. I would say mind-boggling, among other things, because normally Chuck is a person that finds ways to make things happen. He couldn't do it here. Is it because he was struggling? Maybe. Is it because that the Violators came together and played some great defense in this game? I think so. So I think both things are a factor. The Violators were able to beat them in this game, and that's not something that you want to see in Carver moving forward.
Carver had the ball 7 times and scored once. Great defense by Violators. Carver scored on their first possession and did not score again. Violators only scored 8 points, but that's what they do. They're not a high-power offense. They're not going to score 3 scores. They may get to 2, but their thing is if they can get 1 score, their defense is good enough to make stops, and they stopped Chuck 6 times. If I told you, it doesn't matter who's the 6 on the field, that Chuck had the ball 7 times and only scored for 1, you wouldn't believe me. You got to give their defense this win. Violators played great defense. Was Chuck off? Absolutely. Did he miss throws? Absolutely. But that is all because of this Violators team. Buto is playing great. Macho comes away with a big interception. This team showed their ability to play defense. That is great. That's all it comes down to. They could not beat Carver last season. Carver beat them in the regular season. Carver beat them in the playoffs. This year, Carver lost their regular season game. That is something to hang your hand on from Violators. They're trying to sit on top of the West. They got them playing well. They got Dem Gettas playing well. We haven't really seen anything from Carver so far this season. We haven't really seen anything from Super Friends this season. You can't help what the team you play does. Great play by them. But it's early. So if I'm Violators, I feel good. I'll take this win. We beat Chuck. Regardless who we had, we beat them. So that's a great win by them. We're going to wrap this up. 8-7. Violators come away with the win over Carver. We're going to be right back. Real Tough Talk. Next game up, YMM versus 99. YMM coming off of a win. They beat the Browns. 99 coming off of a loss. They lost to the Rebels. YMM just lost the City Island Final Four, and they lost a chip in Friday Night Lights. So I expect them to be more focused on this league now. This is a league that they want. This is what's on their list. They wanted City Island, but they lost in the Final Four. They want EHS, but they just want EHS in the spring. So they lost it in the fall, but, they feeling good about that chances. This one is the one that they put on their list that they really want. So I expect them to come pedal to the metal, ready to play.
And with 99, every game that they walk on the field for, they're gonna fight for. Last game, they just lost to the Rebels. The Rebels barely scraped by and beat them. And 99 figured that it was in their hands, and they came up short. So they're looking for this game to win, regardless of who this team is. This is a YMM team that, has been winning a lot in, the past year. They don't care because they figure that because they are proven to be a championship caliber team, they have to show it in every single game, and YMM is one of those teams that they have to beat to prove that.
And let me say it again. 99 Problems, put some respect on their name.
Yeah, you got to say it, yeah.
Had to throw that out there. Let's go. We're going to start with 99 getting the ball. Casey gets blitzed by Jeremy, throws a shot on the sideline. That's going to be incomplete. Next down, Casey on 4 rush, throws a Macho, open the middle for a decent game, picking up the first. Next play, Casey throws a Jesse, open the middle for a decent game. Second down, Casey throws a Shannon in the back of the end zone, almost picked off by Santana. Great play by Santana. But third down, Casey gets blitzed by Josh. Steps up, fake Steph at the giver, finds Macho cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. That has to be a top 5 nominee. John gets the extra point, 7-0, 99.
And look at the footwork by Casey on this play. That was one of the things that made this a top 5 nominee. I mean, some people may not think so, but this is an impressive play
footwork
all around.
Is crazy.
Because he sees the blitz coming in. He steps up like it's nothing. He knows that he has a block of the back arm to protect him. Then he fakes, gets the giver to jump and move out of his way, shakes him, moves around him, and is still able to, on the move, throw an accurate pass to Macho in the back of the end zone. That is an impressive way to score a touchdown, and Casey does it on his return to the team. It was nothing to it on this drive. What a play by Casey.
Corey gets the ball. He's going to get sacked by Hector. Next down, Corey on third down throws Ruben in the gap for a decent gain, picking up the first. Next play, Corey tosses the Kaka in the middle for a decent gain. Third down, Corey's on 4 rush, throws deep to Tim. Tim gets past Mac, caught in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Ruben gets a 2-point conversion, 8-7. YMM scores right back, and the professor, seeing the mismatch, throws to Tim up in the middle. Great play by Tim, getting past Mac. They're right back in the game.
And like you said, you see the mismatch here. You see that, he knows where the defense is. He throws to Tim. That's an almost easy toss up to Tim because Tim is taller than most of the guys on the field. This makes this an easy catch for Tim for the touchdown. And you see Corey is cool and collected, and he's able to score right back in return.
Casey gets the ball back. He throws the JR in the gap for a nice gain, picking up the first down. Casey on 4 rush, throws a spot in the middle for a decent gain. The question was Casey sacked before he got the throw?
On this play, it looks like he just gets it off in time before he gets sacked. And that's unfortunate for whoever's rushing in, but Casey just gets it off for that that extra yardage. That could have been the other way. If a nanosecond was added, I think this would have been a sack.
And I like this play by Spider. Spider was supposed to play for YMM, but decides to go to 99 Problems and showing his impact right away. Second down, Casey throws a J on the sideline. That's going to be dropped, picked off by Josh, giving it back to YMM. And Josh is the guy that gets lost in the shuffle of the Brandons, Browns, Santana, Gaga, Ice, Rico, Jeremy, so on, Tim. Josh is the guy that gets lost, and he's shown the ability to play some defense. His reaction is great here. He sees the drop, and he's able to pick the ball up. Great play by Josh. Next play, Corey with 3 plays for a nice gain. Last down, Corey throws to Brandon in the gap. Brandon is not looking, incomplete, turnover on downs, and they give the ball back to YMM and not able to capitalize on the interception. Back to 99.
And the thing is, this is a routine first down play right here. Brandon, this is a quick throw to him in front of the 50-yard line, but Brandon is not looking. He runs away from the pass, not seeing that the pass is thrown to him. That's a miscommunication between Corey and Brandon. They weren't on the same page. Unfortunately, that caused a turnover.
Casey gets the ball back. He gets blitzed by Jeremy. Throws a Mike in the middle for a nice game. If you look here, Jeremy goes for the fake and goes for the fake by Casey. Bad play by Jeremy to go for that fake. Second down, 4 rush. Casey throws a Mike and it got picked off by Ice, giving it back to YMM. If you look here, Macho was open in the gap, but he tries to get it to Mike, and Ice is showing the ability to be a lockdown corner. He specializes on defense. He takes it serious, and he's showing the ability to lock down the other team's best receiver. But now he's showing the ability to lock down his own whole side. Great play by Ice.
And one thing about defenders like Ice right here, he's not one person that's going to rack up the score. I mean, he's not going to rack up the numbers with the high interception numbers or anything like that. But he's one person that's full coverage, makes plays, knocks down plays, keeps all of the receivers that comes to his vicinity locked down. That's his job. But he's able to make an interception here, showing that he can do that too.
I think his reason he's not a high intel guy because a lot of guys don't challenge him. He's able to shut down a receiver that the quarterbacks don't even want to challenge him. You got to get, I've seen this guy for the last 2 seasons, and he's definitely, defense has very much stepped up. Corey with 3 passes for a nice game, getting them the first down. Then Corey goes deep to Bishop, wide open on the sideline. If you look here, Ty and Davi both following Brandon, leaving Bishop open for the free release. YMM gets a 2-point conversion, 16-7. Before we talk about it, tell me about the YMM celebration here.
And right here, Bishop is able to pass the the defense. He's able to get in the end zone. But then he drops. It's like he faints. It's like they have to resuscitate him. So they're resuscitating him, whatever. They're trying to get him back. And then Bishop resurrects. Bishop comes back to life. Everybody's cheering. That is his celebration for the touchdown.
I think they're bringing back Bishop's career.
Yeah.
They resuscitating his career. Because now we've seen him getting involved in the offense. He's chilling with the drinking, as far as we know, and he's making plays here. And if you look here, both guys respect Brandon because, remember, he just went to Brandon, missed the throw because Brandon wasn't looking for the first down. So both guys respect him and leave Bishop open for a free release. Bishop makes him pay for it. Corey is the professor because he's able to figure out the remedy to this project. And he scored, and it's 16-7.
And what a throw that was.
Casey with blocking. Casey throws in the gap for a decent gain. Second down, Casey gets blitzed by Rico, throws to Shannon in the gap. Shannon shakes Slutty and gets to the 5-yard line. Great play by Shannon. Next play, Casey finds Shannon in front of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Jeremy gets flagged for the shoulder, taken into the half, 16-13. What you think about the shoulder?
I think that was a clear shoulder by Jeremy. I don't think that he was trying to hurt anybody, but he never got a chance to extend his hands. He goes in with the shoulder. Unfortunately, whether it was, like we always say, intentional or not, that is merited a flag, and unfortunately, Jeremy gets on there.
And Casey's able to shoot right back and score, putting them back in the game 16-13. Now, if I'm YMM, we feel good. You know what I mean? We're scoring points. We look more efficient. We got our quarterback back, ready to go. And we're playing the way we're supposed to be playing. 16-13, we're getting Bishop involved. It's not just our regular stars. It's our role players getting involved. I feel good with this league going into half.
And I can mirror the same thing that 99 is feeling with KC. They have quarterback returns. He's in the starting lineup again, and he's getting, putting up the points that he normally puts up. The average 2 touchdowns that he normally gets, he already has that in the first half. So he's already done most of his job. So I feel good knowing that we're at a 3-point deficit right now. We're down by 3 points. As long as our defense able to hold and make plays, I think that we have this game right in our hands if we're able to put up another score.
Corey with a short pass to Mamba for a decent gain. Then Corey gets blitzed by Mac. Blocked by Mamba. Corey finds Kaka, who runs for a decent gain but passes the first down. That is huge, forcing YMM to go 4-and-out. Second down, Corey is rushed and sacked by Heck. Great sack by Heck. Heck is a former giver of the year. Great sack by him. Third down, Corey gets blitzed by Heck that throws deep to Jeremy on the sideline. Caught out of bounds, incomplete. Last down, Corey's going to take the ball, run to the 49-yard line, turning the ball over, but making them go 4-and-out. Smart play by Corey, but the offense didn't know efficient, and it looks like they was upset because Kaka got the first down when they didn't really want it.
And because of that, they had less chances to move down the field. That's just bad communication on both sides. Kaka got to know where he's at on the field. I think he got too overzealous with running with the ball, and he overstepped and caused the offense to have a harder time moving the ball there.
Casey on second down scrambles and throws a Shannon in the gap for a decent game. Third down, Casey on 4 rush, throws it in the middle. It's picked off by Rico, who pitches it to Jeremy. Jeremy runs all the way down the sideline for the touchdown. Javon gets a 2-point conversion, 24-13. The question was this a touchdown? First, give me that. What do you think? Well, and did Shannon get the tag?
And on this play right here, we see the interception by Rico. You see the pitch to Jeremy. As Jeremy's running on the sideline, Shannon, give credit to him. Smart play right here. He makes contact on a person trying to block him to give himself some space to make the play here. He dives for Jeremy's foot. And then that's where everything becomes, very close, because you see that Shannon dives, but it's hard to tell if he actually makes a tag on the foot.
Even on the replay.
Yes, on the replay, I tried to slow it down the best I could. It's hard to see if he actually got the tag on Jeremy or if Jeremy got past him. It's hard to say, so it could have went either way. The ref doesn't call it, and that means it's a touchdown for YMM.
And we're going to look here at YMM with another celebration. Maybe they're going a little too far, but they're out there having fun. What do you think of this one, the bowling celebration?
I think that this one is cool. Well, I'm not gonna say creative. Have I seen that before? I don't know. I think I have seen it before by somebody. But the way they do it, the way these guys are in and having fun. Listen, that guy right there getting in my way, get out my way, because I want to see the bowling pins go down. But we see them, they're having fun, they're in this game, but they got to understand the game is not over yet, so it's too early to celebrate.
Next drive on the kickoff, Shannon runs all the way to the 40-yard line, giving him a 4-and-out. Casey gets blitzed by Rico, throws a gesture in the gap, incomplete. Second down, Casey throws a march in the gap for a nice game. Nice pass by Casey, showing the ability to move the ball. Last down, Casey throws in the back of the end zone. Caught by Shannon for the touchdown, 24-19. And that's great communication between Shannon and Casey. Casey finds him, 24-19. They jumping right back in the game.
And look how impressive this is with Casey and Shannon here. They are so in sync on this play that all Casey has to do is throw it right in the vicinity where Shannon can go and get it. He throws it where no defender is at, because they don't see a receiver cutting that way. Shannon just runs by himself and makes a great catch in the middle of the field. Way to be in sync on this play where only them two can see what's going on.
After a short pass, Corey takes a delay game on purpose. questionable play. Looks like they're trying to run the clock out.
Yeah.
I don't understand this. They're only up 5. I don't understand this. Then Corey with 2 passes to Ruben to pick up the first down. Second down, Corey pitches it to Jeremy, who throws deep to Bishop. Shannon with a great one-handed interception that definitely got to be a top 5 play, giving the ball right back to 99. And my question to you is this. If you're attempting to kill the clock, you take a delayed game on purpose, then you go 2 passes to Ruben to pick up the first down. Then you do a trick play throwing the ball to Jeremy, who goes downfield to Bishop. Shannon with a great one-handed pick. But what are you doing? 1 minute you're trying to kill the clock. Then the next play, you taking a shot. I don't understand, and it hurts them here. Second down, Casey on 4 rush, throws a Macho on the gap for a nice gain. If you look here, Jeremy gets flagged for the personal foul, and he's ejected. What do you think about it? Was this a shoulder again?
Yes, this was definitely a shoulder here. Again, it doesn't seem like he was literally trying to hurt somebody or anything like that, but he didn't extend his arms because of his hands. Because of that, the ref sees it. That's a personal foul for the second time, and because of that, Jeremy's ejected.
And they get numerous yards on that play. Yes. First down. Second down, Casey gets blitzed by Josh. Casey steps up, throws deep to Macho, gets past Santana for a big gain. The question was 2 things. 1, was this offsides? And 2, did Josh get the sack? Now I'm going to talk about the sack. If you look here and you slow it down, this is nearly impossible to call. The play is coming towards me. I attempt to see. It's hard to see if he got his hands on him. He definitely didn't get on the back. It looked like he may have attempted a tag at the fanny back. At the fanny, the hand warmers or whatever. You can't see that tag. That is the hardest tag to make. If we got to slow it down here and you can barely see it, how do you call the tag? Now, if you see it, Steph is looking for the tag, then Casey pumps and Steph jumps for no reason. Got to stay on your feet there. Gives Casey time, and if you look at Santana gets beat by Macho. Looking at Casey. Casey makes a great throw to Macho, getting him to the 1-yard line. Now, if you see here, Ice is going crazy for if there's an offsides. Offsides wasn't called because 99 Problems rushed the snap. So we were all running down the field, and then they called the quick hike. Hardest thing to play, again, is 3 reps. We do the best we can. It was not seen. You still got to play. You got to know they're going to be human errors. Was the call missed of the offsides? That's possible. I'm not going to say it's definite, but that one is possible. But you keep playing. Was this a tag? You can't clear-cut tell me that was a tag. Even if we would have had a replay, which we have in the playoffs, you still can't tell me that was a clear-cut tag.
And that's unfortunate because people have a habit of waiting for the ref to make a call for it to be over. No, if you don't hear the whistle, you keep playing. You can't call and say, hey, the guy tagged him, and then you stop moving. That's exactly what Josh does.
But a lot of the guys didn't stop. A lot of the guys are still going.
But my thing is, Josh, fine. But Steph has nothing to do with that tag being missed. Because he's focused on the tag being missed, he stops moving, and then he gets caught with the pump fake from KC. Yep. My thing is, if he would have stayed true,
he would have had a shot.
Right
he would have got him.
He probably would have got the sack here.
Yep.
Even if Josh misses it, you get the sack then. He doesn't do that. He gets he goes for the pump fake, getting distracted, and gives Casey the time that he needs to make this pass downfield to Santana. To Macho, who passes Santana. If Steph pressures him and rushes straight in, I don't think that Casey makes this pass. So they got to stay focused regardless of what happens on the field. They got to wait for the whistle to be blown for the play to be over.
3rd and goal. Casey finds hands in the end zone for the touchdown. They don't go for the extra point. They're up 25-24. Good drive by 99 to drive down the field. Now the professor has the ball with the clock running. Corey throws to Tim in the middle for a decent game, picking up the first. Corey then throws to Santana, cutting on the sideline for a few more yards. Second down, Corey's blitzed by Mack, throw to Rico on the sideline, low, incomplete. 3rd down, Corey on 4 rush, throws to Tim in front of the end zone. Tim falls and is knocked away by Ty. Last down, Corey on 4 rush, throws to Ruben on the sideline, picked off by Mike, who runs it all the way down in the end zone for the touchdown. End of the game, 31-24, 99 comes away with the win.
And what a way to end the game. I think that more than 99 took this game away from YMM, I think that YMM in the end gave this game away because they weren't really taking it seriously. They figured that this game was over. They had the lead. You know, they were celebrating, doing all types of creative celebrations, but they were making bad decisions to keep 99 in the game. I think that the game killer for them was when they went and Shannon was able to make that one-handed interception. That was the difference maker in this game, because if you drive downfield and try your best to score, maybe they would have scored. This would have been a completely different game with YMM going ahead with the decisive lead and the win. But because they didn't take this team seriously as they had the 5-point lead, I think that's how they started to give away the game in the end.
24-13, YMM is up. They allow Shannon to take the kickoff all the way to the 40-yard line, 4 and out. They come to last down, and Casey throws in the back of the end zone, finding Shannon to put them back in 24-19. Mind you, they were just up 11. Then Corey gets the ball. He takes a delay of game, then runs 2 short passes while getting the first down. Then, mind you, they were killing the clock. They were up 5, killing the clock. Second down, after just killing the clock, Corey pitches it to Jeremy, who throws it deep to Bishop. That is a great one-handed catch by Shannon. Great throw by Jeremy. Shannon just made a great interception because Bishop had a step. But it was an unnecessary play. You were just attempting to run the clock out 2 plays previous. Now you attempt to take a shot down with your backup quarterback, and not even your regular quarterback.
And honestly, if you look at this throw, this was not that great of a throw.
Corey makes this throw.
Yes.
But Jeremy does it. It was a little underthrow. It kind of stood up too much, which gave Shannon the opportunity, who has the best catch-up speed in the game, to catch up and makes a play. And why would I take a shot knowing I'm only up 5 with Shannon, who's a dangerous player down there?
Yes.
Then I allowed him to drive down the field after Jeremy gets a personal foul, his second, for a 15-yard penalty. Also, if I'm right, the penalty passes the first down.
Yes.
So that's added 5 yards. So that's a 20-yard penalty for that personal foul. Was this intentional? No. I've seen Jeremy go intentional. He was not going intentional here, but he just couldn't get the arms out. But because he got one previously in the game, this is his second. So he's out. That's a 20-yard penalty. Then this blitz comes in, and that's one of the hardest call of the day. The crazy thing about the call is, if we went to the replay, we couldn't be sure that he made a sack. Was the guy offsides? It's possible. But the play started so quick, we don't even got it on camera, so we can't even tell. But it's possible because Ice was yelling. But again, you still got to play the game. They give Santana gets beat, which gives them to the 1, and then 99 scores. The next drive, Corey gets the ball. He throws a pass to Rico, and it's going to be low, which is incomplete. Then he's going to go to Tim in the front, and Tim falls. Incomplete. Last play, he throws it up to Ruben on the sideline, and it's going to get picked off by Mike. YMM gave this game away. Those are different opportunities that they had, and they gave the game away. Does that happen once in a while? It does. What they show is, 1, their ability to score. 2, their ability to still play defense. But they were celebrating a little too much. 99 didn't like that. And I don't even kill them for that. I killed them for the play when Corey took the delay of game. And on the same drive, you let Jeremy throw the bomb downfield. That makes no sense. You can't decide to kill a clock and then decide to take a shot. That makes no sense. And if you're going to take a shot, Corey should be the one taking the shot. That is your quarterback. That's why I think they gave the game away. Forget everything else.
Yeah.
That drive right there, they gave the game away.
And that's one thing that I could say we agree on, because that was the difference making the game. That's why things changed for the worse for YMM. It wasn't that, 99 was able to score with that pass to Shannon and they're back in the game, they're down by 5. No, it's because YMM didn't take that they were coming back seriously, and they decided to take a shot rather than just drive down the field while running the clock and try your best to score. Because, again, they were complacent with a 5-point lead. I don't see any team being complacent with a 5-point lead when you have time to score.
Let me jump back in. Remember, the previous one, when they took the delay game, right? Mm-hmm. The previous drive, they got stopped, and Corey gave them a 4 and out. Meaning they couldn't even get a first down on it. So they go 4 and out. Then they throw a pick 6. So YMM is up 11. You can't be up 11 and lose that game going to the end of the game unless you give it away, and that's exactly what they did. I mean, is it panic mode? No. These are the Eastern Conference champ. Put respect on their name. You gave a game away. So if I'm 99, am I panicking? No. They had some much-needed fun, but now it's time to refocus. Now it's time to say, all right, we know we can do this. We had a good time. Let's time to turn it up. Forget City Island. Forget EHS, Friday Night Lights. Let's try to focus on winning UFL.
And 99, even though I'm not going to say that they played their best in the beginning of the game. Casey made a couple of good plays on offense, to keep them in the game. But I think Shannon's energy, the way he turned up in the last
especially
couple drives
because
of
YMM celebrating.
Yes. They were celebrating. They were acting like the game wasn't over. And once you see him blow past guys during that kickoff, I knew that the switch was on.
Yeah.
I knew that the switch was on.
He felt
you could see that he felt disrespected. You feel like this is over. I'm going to take over. And you saw Shannon take over on that one drive where he was able to score. Then he makes that great defensive play. Both things that kept them in the game and probably helped them win this game. Without those two plays, 99 would have been going home with a loss, but they don't here.
We're going to wrap this one up. 99 with the win over YMM. 99 put some respect on their name. 31-24. They win at the end. We're going to be right back. Real Tough Talk. All right. What's going on? We made it. This is the last game. 7 games in one night we did. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Dem Gettas versus Wolverines. Nelson didn't get the start. As Lou will be back next week. But Dem Gettas has really been on a roll. They right now undefeated, looking good, and looking like they're ready to sit at the head of the table for this championship supremacy. But the 2 big pickups they made 3 big pickups, but the 2 I really like is Moses and Arberly. Them 2 guys are 2 guys that this is their first time playing with Dem Gettas. Other guys have played. Juice has played with them. Ed is playing with them. But these are the first time they play with them in this league and at all. And they're really showing their ability to make plays for this team.
And each person have their own specific thing that they're here for. Moses is here for, his height. His deceptive speed. He's able to get into certain gaps and make plays that normal people can't make because of his height and his jumping ability. For a big guy, he's able to jump out there and get some plays that most people wouldn't normally get. And then you have Arberly, as a person who's mainly known for defense, is able to lock up certain receivers and is able to break away with the ball and make some good interceptions. He was on his way to win Defensive Player of the Year last year until he started being absent most of the games later in the season.
Because he went to school.
Because, he went to school, things happened, but he was out there. He led the league in interceptions at that time with 6.
Yep.
So he's here to not necessarily lead the league in interceptions, but to make his presence known on defense and help get the Dem Gettas team get where they need to go.
Well, we're going to jump right into the game. Nelson gets blitzed by Hollywood, fakes to Lou, and then in the gap and gets sacked by Ed. Wolverines can't get much further than that. They're going to punt. Reggie throws a Hollywood in the sideline for a decent game, picking up the first down. 3rd down, Reggie throws a Hollywood again on the sideline, getting them to the 10-yard line. Last down, Reggie finds Los in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Lionel not calling Los off from the sideline. 6-0. Gettas take the lead.
And we've been seeing a lot of this happening in a lot of the games because defenses don't communicate. You see the guy passing by you, either you pick him up or you call a safety to pick him up. Because he doesn't do that, nobody's able to react to Los. Los is left wide open in the back of the end zone, and Reggie's not going to miss that if you leave him open, and that's exactly what happened for the touchdown.
Nelson on 4 rush throws up the middle, knocked away by Cruz. 3rd down, Nelson throws a Cuban in the gap for a nice game, picking up a first down. Nelson with blocks from Lionel, scrambles and finds Sam in the end zone for the touchdown. 6-6, Wolverines strike right back.
And Wolverines finally able to get some points on the board. Nelson was struggling that whole game the last game and scored no points. And in the first drive, they're able to recover and score. This is the way that you drive down the field. Make some catches, catch the ball. That's what they've been doing this drive, and that's why they were able to score.
Reggie throws a Moses in the gap for a nice game, picking up the first down. Then Reggie throws a Cruz in the middle for a nice game. 3rd down, Reggie finds Cruz in the middle in the end zone for the touchdown. Ed gets the extra point. 13-6. Gettas score right back.
And they're going back and forth. One thing that I don't see what Dem Gettas doing is slowing down their offense. Even though they were able to score, the Wolverines are not able to slow down Dem Gettas' offense, and Reggie's able to put up yet another score.
Nelson gets blitzed by Hollywood, but he's blocked by Lionel. Nelson throws a Cuba in the middle, high and picked off by Dre, who tries to pitch it to Cruz, but then it's going to be taken back by the Wolverines, giving them the first down, 4 out. What happened here?
I think Dre wanted to do a little too much.
Put him on Bone. Do me a favor. Put him on Bonehead University. For that got to be a not top 5, and hopefully we'll get that up for the first few weeks, because that's definitely a not top 5. I don't know what he's thinking. Nelson gets the ball. He's going to throw in the middle. That's going to be dropped. Then Nelson scrambles and throws a Cuba in the middle, who runs for a big gain in the first down. Nelson throws a Cuba cutting in the end in the gap. That's going to be dropped. Last play before half, Nelson throws in the middle, knocked away by Cruz, takes us into the half, 13-6. Wolverines can't catch. All we've been saying all season is drop, 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 drop. They lead the league in drops, and it's by a way large deficit. And it doesn't matter who you got throwing. These quarterbacks are both trying to do the best they can. This team cannot catch the ball, and it's hurting them now.
And Dem Gettas is taking everything that the Wolverines are giving them right now. They were able to score the first 2 drives that they were able to come on the field. Reggie looks comfortable. The guys are getting open on the field. They're finding their lanes, and Reggie's connecting with them on the offense. The defense, they scored once, but they were able to recover and stop that last drive into the end zone. You're probably going to see more of that, because you see how struggling the Wolverines team is with catching the ball. So Dem Gettas are going to lock up and make it that much harder in the second half.
Reggie throws a Hollywood on the sideline for a decent gain. Then Reggie throws a Cruz in the middle, who makes a nice catch to get them to the 10-yard line. Reggie then finds Moses in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Pablo gets a sack on the extra point, but it's 19-6. No communication by the Wolverines defense, and you can't do that with a guy like Moses.
And Moses finally gets into the fold with his touchdown here. It's a long time coming. He's been looking for a quarterback that can link up with him and be in sync with him. Reggie's a person that's giving him the ball. He knows exactly what Moses can do.
Yep.
And because of that, he's yet another weapon that people have to watch out for. Reggie is able to connect with him here.
Nelson on first down throws deep to Lionel, just knocked away by Cruz. Second down, Nelson rolls left, throws on to Lou on the sideline. That's going to be dropped. Nelson throws to Lionel in the gap, picking up the first down. Second down, Nelson on 4 rush, runs for a decent gain. Nelson is then blitzed and sacked by Hollywood. Last down with blocking, Nelson throws it up, picked off by Cruz, giving the ball right back to Dem Gettas. Reggie then got 2 passes for a decent gain. Last down, Reggie throws it to Ed in the gap, who runs for a big gain, picking up the first down. Ed getting involved in the offense. That's a nice piece in the slot, making a great play here. After 2 short passes, Reggie throws it to Moses in the back of the end zone. Moses with a nice catch for the touchdown, 25-6, and now it's the last one.
And right here, they were able to drive down this field with ease. The Wolverines have nothing that they can do to slow down this Dem Gettas offense. They capitalize off of their defense. They're able to drive down the field, and Moses with yet another touchdown pass thrown to him by Reggie. With that big run by Ed setting that up, their offense is pretty much doing whatever they want out there.
First down, Nelson throws to the receiver in the middle. It's going to be picked off by Arbery, who runs it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. Dem Gettas with the win, 31-6 over the Wolverines.
And it seems like with Dem Gettas, every single piece that you mentioned going towards going through this game actually did something in this game. Arbery ended the game with an interception run back with a pick 6. And then Moses with 2 touchdowns, known as being as a big target in the back of the end zone. Both guys came up and showed up in this game. If they're able to do more of that as they move along, people have problems with this Dem Gettas team, because you have to take them seriously with what they have now.
Wolverines, I know they haven't had Lou for 3 games. They lost the first one. They're 0-4, but their drops is killing them. They cannot catch. They can't catch the ball. These guys have to catch the ball. Drops are killing this team. That's the main thing. Yeah, they're giving up some points here and there. Yeah, they're making mistakes, but it's the drops. They can never be consistent on a drive because they drop the ball. So until they learn to catch the ball, this team is going to consistently be on the outside looking in. We're going to wrap up the show, but before we do that, we're going to take you to a quick segment of Dawn's Dimes making her debut. Glad to see her back with Tuff Talk. Let's give her 5 minutes of fame and let her show you some of the dimes.
What's going on, everybody? This is Ghost, and I'm here to introduce you to Dawn of Dawn's Dimes. What's going on, Dawn?
What's up, everybody? It's Dawn here, and I'm going to be sharing with you the dimes and deep passes I noticed in the last few weeks. I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are excited too, and let's get into it.
All right, let's get into the plays that you noticed in these past couple weeks.
Play number 1 is Fred of Never Scared versus Wolverines, throwing a great pass to Sean downfield. Great way to connect on the field. Great way to score early.
And more plays like that is what led the Never Scared team to beat the Wolverines in that game.
Play number 2 is Dave of FOE versus YMM. With a great block by Milt, Dave throws deep to Twan on the sideline and runs all the way to the end zone. Great block, great pass, great play all around.
Too bad that wasn't enough to beat YMM in that game.
Yup, you're sure right, Ghost. Play number 3 is Beasky of Rep City versus Rebels. Beasky on 4 rush throws the ball up high. Not knowing what will happen next, Habib makes a great one-handed catch in the end zone. Bisky with one nice pass, but nobody expected that great catch by Habib.
Yup, that was a great play. Too bad that wasn't enough to beat the Rebels in that game.
Play number 4 is Corey of YMM versus 99. Corey, spotting Bishop downfield, makes a great throw, and he runs all the way to the end zone. Who says a man past his 40s can't play great? Great play by Bishop.
Too bad all that celebrating after that play is one of the reasons why they ended up losing the 99.
Play number 5 is Dave of FOE versus Rep City. Dave being blitz rolls right and throws a great pass past Nico for the touchdown. Great pass by Dave while being under pressure.
Great way to protect your quarterback. Too bad all they could do at the end was tie with that other team.
And finally, of the most recent number 6, Ramsey of Shockers versus Wolverines. Ramsey, who loves to throw deep all the time, throws deep to Ferrari in the middle of the field for the score. He wasn't able to make any more passes like this in the game, but this was a nice one.
Apparently that was all the plays that they need. That and a few others is what got them to win that game.
These were not in order, but they were the dimes that I noticed the most. This is Dawn, and I'll see you on the next Dawn's Dimes. Back to you, Jay.
Well, it's great to have her back. Thanks, Dawn, for being here with us. We're glad to see a segment. I think she did pretty good. I think she did pretty good.
Yeah, for the first time out, I think that she did good. What she reviewed, obviously, we were behind the first couple weeks. So, she's doing some previous plays from a few weeks prior. She's going to catch up because she's going to do 2 weeks. Listen, we have her. You see how y'all guys have double headers? She has double headers here. She's going over 2 weeks of games, and she's picking out the plays that matter to her the most. And if you're up there, that shows that you must be doing something right out there because you're on Dawn's Dimes, and that's a great thing to be at.
Yes, sir. So we're going to wrap this up. We're going to wish y'all a very blessed new year. Enjoy it with the family. Start off next year strong. Let's see the New Year's resolution. What's your New Year's resolution? New Year's resolution.
To take your ego down a notch. That's
to take my ego down?
Because your ego is a little too big. Most of the time, you don't even know what you're talking about. So I have to teach you that a lot of things that you say is not true and get other people to understand. Because I know a lot of people already understand that your ego is out there. But I want to finalize and put you finally in your place that you belong. That's my New Year's resolution, and that's my mission.
First of all, you want something, big boy?
Well, I'm sitting right here. I'm not even standing for you right now. Come on.
Listen,
Look at you backing off.
We're gonna keep it PG-13. Now, my New Year's resolution is to just be more consistent. You know what I mean? Try to make this show as good as we can make it. Attempt to take us to the next level. We got Dawn's Dime of the week. Different things we're trying to do. Is a lot of work, so please work with us. But we always give y'all our best effort forward. So that being said, we're gonna thank y'all for joining us on behalf of Dawn, Ghost, and myself, Stephen J. We're going to wish y'all a very blessed and happy new year. We're going to see y'all next week on another great episode of Real Tough Talk. We're going to be right back with y'all next week. Thanks for joining us. We see y'all later. We're out of here.